Hello and welcome to Jujutsu Kaisen. I'm Sam.
And I'm Jim.
And I hate you, Jim, so fucking much to make me laugh during that. I have one job to introduce Jujutsu Kaisen.
Wednesday.
Not saying the Wednesday part.
On Wednesday. Welcome to Wednesday. It's Jujutsu
Kaisen. You know what that means?
We watch an episode of Jujutsu Kaisen. Which one do we watch, Sam?
Episode 16, Kyoto Sister School Goodwill Event Team Battle Part 2.
So, this was a very surprising episode.
So yeah, one of the many recurring things is me like I can't wait to know what they do with Panda. They'll probably never tell because that's gonna be the joke.
Meme, yeah.
Is that why can he talk? Oh, we're never gonna answer. But no, we get like 2 seconds of like Toto like, oh, this is how you use your power to get your punch at max punch power.
Yeah,
but like everything else,
and they just stop fighting. They just stop fighting so he can explain how he gets better.
And then he's like, "Okay, let's go." Then, like after he learns how to be at one with the energy.
Basically, what this is just like Toto is just telling Yuji about mindfulness. That is literally all this is.
Yeah,
and it just makes him better instantly.
Maybe the brain damage helped from punching him into a tree and kicking him to almost death.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then he cuts away to Panda. So basically, Panda fights Mekamaru. This is what the episode is, and kind of teasing Momo versus Nobara. And so yeah, it's fucking a Panda episode. And I'm excited because like he basically comes off with like, oh, we're not actually different because you're a pup. We gotta find the core, and like we're not so different. You and I like, wait, what? And then we find out. So the principal of the Tokyo school
Jujutsu Kaisen
is the guy who created all the stuffed animals, made with the ultimate being, essentially. The ultimate
Shadow the Hedgehog.
Yes, Shadow the Hedgehog. Basically, Panda the Hedgehog. The Panda the Jujutsu Sorcerer. So he basically created the ultimate puppet with emotions. That's like the difference. It's when it was actually born with emotion.
So they refer to Panda as a cursed corpse.
Yes.
And Panda thought that Mekamaru was also a cursed corpse, which is not true.
No, we'll talk about him. And I guess after
we'll get there.
It was just funny because like Naruto kind of has puppet users that are just corpses essentially, or just like redesigned corpses. Because at a certain point, a character does use corpses as puppets.
But the term corpse here is interesting because Panda appears to be a stuffed animal.
Because we never see him take like actual. Like,
at the very end, you know how he had like a scar? Yeah. At the very end, if you look at his ear, it looked like there was stuffing in his ear.
Really, I didn't take a better look. I know like, it's like the fur got blasted off like the of his one ear.
It's kind of hard to tell because all his fur is white mostly, but it looked like stuffing.
He got blasted by like the Frieza finger beam essentially from Dragon Ball Z, and it like pierced his chest, and like, oh no, Panda's KO'd. Like, but like,
he's like, I'm fine.
Yeah.
So we learned.
So he is the ultimate like creation of the principal with the sunglasses, and
as they describe, he's a cursed corpse born with emotion.
Yes, and he went through like curse mutations that made him age up. I guess that's the reason why he got bigger and bigger.
I think his whole thing is that he's a curse mutation.
He literally had him like as a baby with a pacifier in his mouth and like trained him his entire life.
I feel stupid for not mentioning this, but in the OP when we watched it this time, I noticed it looked like Panda in one of the flashing scenes. I was like, is Panda wearing like shorts or like a diaper in a scene? And then like in this episode we see little baby Panda had a little diaper.
Remember the first OP? We thought like was it the panda looking at the other pandas? And like
I guess that's supposed to kind of just be a tease. Like he's not of this world.
He doesn't really belong to any among the humans, among the pandas. The whole thing
He's
of this,
a man between two worlds.
He's a creation of between two worlds. Like, the whole thing was maybe finding someone he can like relate to for the first time, because he thought, he did the whole thing of the good guy saying, "Me and you aren't so different after all," kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So we learned that he also has in the flashback that you have an older sibling, you have 2 siblings, and one's each of his cores. Which is the balance core is his normal self.
So the panda version.
Yes. The gorilla mode, which we see for his power mode, which is strength mode with less speed, is the gorilla. And then the bashful sister we have not seen.
Is that what he said, bashful sister?
Yeah, this is my bashful sister. And I'm assuming it's going to be speed because she's going to want to run away a lot. So I'm thinking it's going to be a speed one, like a cheetah.
I predicted cheetah.
Or something with wings or speed.
The idea of wings is really cool. I like that. That would be neat. But so we also do see Panda just like... he just gives a beatdown to this guy.
He like breaks like his arm because like
before he even goes gorilla mode, he gives a beatdown.
Yeah, Mekamaru does a lot like Genos from One Punch Man, where he does a lot of like different kind of arm blasts or different kind of things just come out of his arms.
He very much feels like a derivative Genos.
Yes,
That's literally
a more robot than android. But like, yeah. And yes, but I mean they fight, and we also learn like during that Mechamaru is like he's like a pilot essentially. He's like remotely controlling it.
It feels like an Ava reference.
So yeah, so he basically was born with like
glass bones,
his glass bones and paper skin, and the heart attack put him to sleep every night. And
so one thing I think is really neat. So yeah, we learned that he was born. So I think he's missing his left arm, and he has nothing below the knees, and he has no sensation below the waist, which. Damn.
Yeah, but in return, he's able to use curses from a very far distance away, so which is why he's using the mech.
But so do you know what this means? So this is the gross. I hate to bring realism into this, but so we see him very like dramatically. He's sitting. So he's wrapped in bandages.
Also,
he's sitting in like
his name is Kokichi Muda. Is his like actual controller from Mechamora, but we're kind of recall him as Mechamora.
Yeah. So he's sitting in this pool, in this bathtub of this like red liquid. But, like, if he has no feeling below the waist, and this man is pissing and shitting in his red goo...
He probably has a diaper on. I'm just saying.
But, okay, think about that. So he has a diaper on, and he's sitting in this red liquid. Ew.
I'm sure that he's at the school, he has special needs, he has someone taking care of him somewhere, probably.
Somebody's cleaning him.
Someone is not one of the students, probably whatever the teacher that, like, recruited him.
I guess so. I don't know, I just thought it was, like... It's a very interesting detail to be like, okay, we're gonna have our this child sitting in a pool of red mist.
I don't know, man. I don't know the rules of. He has a bunch of tubes and like IVs in him, so like and like a bunch of bandages. So he there's like one guy in Rurouni Kenshin that kind of looked like they had the bandages wrapped up with the hair like sticking out of it.
Yeah, that's been so long.
Yes, same. I was like,
and I also never will watch Rurouni Kenshin.
Yeah, it's kind of hard now with the author or the mangaka
monster.
So yes, he uses like alternate ability and everything. That's when we unveil gorilla mode because he's out of 2 cores.
The fact that he says going gorilla mode or whatever, like he's in gorilla mode, made me laugh so hard.
Yes, and it's cool. It's a cool transformation to look. He still has the panda look, but like he has like the tusks, and like he doesn't like he looks more like a mech because his mouth doesn't move at all.
Well, not really tusks, Sam. They're more like canines.
Fangs.
They're fangs, yeah.
Like but he's like a mech though, where he's like it doesn't move when he talks. So
yeah, it makes it more obvious that he's like a puppet. I guess he's not.
The panda mode is supposed to be the most human looking mode, or the more like natural one. Where
the most like realistic.
These are just like powers or like other stuff that are like supposed to be used.
I feel like this is kind of one of those like anime things, but I feel like it's going to be a really long time before we see the quote unquote bashful sister, and the design for the bashful sister is going to be like really wildly different because I
think it would be that skinny one we saw in the OP, like the skinnier looking one, like the like.
I thought that was what we saw.
It could have been, but like I had to watch it again to see because it could be that skinnier one.
I feel like he is like supposed to be a gorilla in that.
Yeah.
Because and they wouldn't. I don't know. Well, we'll see. I feel like we're not going to see because when he gets shot the first time, we learn that it actually took out the sister core.
Yeah, that's why he got up so quick. And
she's not there. But yeah. I feel like this is a thing in anime. Like when they have a fun thing they're teasing, it's going to be like a wild redesign later.
Yeah.
I would have to say it would be kind of weird, and I also wouldn't like it if he just became a hot girl. There is also that chance that he will just become a hot girl.
It's the human fruit he ate, and become more human looking.
I would not. I don't know if I would like it if he became a hot girl.
Like Chopper. Chopper ate the human fruit.
Oh, is that really?
He's the human fruit.
All I know about Chopper is that he's doctrine. That's all I know about Chopper.
Chopper's doctrine.
Yeah.
That's all you gotta tell you about the like. I'm pretty sure like Oda like explained what the potential of the human fruit on a human would be, and I like don't want to get into that right now.
It's like one of his like. It's like the little like letters to the.
You want like supreme control over the human body, essentially.
I love that he does those little like writer response. You mean when
people write like, can Luffy stretch his dick? Like, yes, they can. Now stop asking me.
I absolutely love
that. Can Robin
that.
grow boobies around? Like, yes, she can.
I really love
write your dojins. Draw your dojins.
I feel like there's no other writer that like will just totally answer, because I feel like Oda seems like he has like everything. He has an answer for everything.
Yes.
So to him, it's like almost a way of just like just getting this out of the way, so he can fixate on whatever story element he wants to.
Sure.
I don't know. I've only read the first 100 chapters of One Piece.
Yeah, we'll get there. We'll go on that.
One day.
We'll go on that. We'll venture off on that. But yeah, basically just a fight. It's a fight. I enjoyed the fight, and then like he gets in the he tricks him where he thinks his core is, just to get him close and just rips his arm off and just throws him away and smacks him.
It is like the classic, just like kind of bullshit anime trope of, haha, you only thought that you killed me. I was actually holding back my death.
At least the guy, I had the speed advantage because he was like, the panda was still like climbing up buildings. He couldn't just like make like super leaps to every building. He literally had to struggle to climb up buildings like very slowly.
I wasn't super impressed by this fight.
Panda, that he's very strategic and observant. From like what we've seen beforehand, like he's like the strategist of everybody.
Yeah, I don't necessarily dislike Panda. I something about this fight didn't really do it for me. Emotionally, the emotional climax I thought was cool. Like,
I did like the ending of like him saying, "Oh, he's like, I do want to meet you and everything. Like, you don't know how I look. Like, I don't give a shit how you look. I'm a fucking panda.
Yeah.
I'm a fucking panda." And I like that. And like. I'm hoping, and then they exchange phone numbers. I'm like, oh, it's so good.
It is. I do really like that because Mechamaru's whole thing is kind of like the classic like villain story of like and he goes.
I was born in pain.
Yeah, I was born into this like situation where my only choice was to become a jujutsu sorcerer. I don't really want to do it, but it's what I'm good at. So, and then the fact that like he can have someone to confide in with Panda.
Yes,
it's nice.
The Naruto thing reminds me of, but I don't want to go into that right now. There's a character that thing kind of remote control, but where they're kind of crippled.
I know you're talking about Kakashi Sensei.
No.
And his Bakugan when he does his
Shut up, Jim, please.
Sharingan. Bankai. That's the word I wanted to find.
Okay, sure.
Nen.
Sure. Shut up. You can shut up now before I punch you in the face. You run out of power systems?
I mean, I could just start fucking making shit up. It would make about the same.
No, you can't keep going on with the bit until you can't go into fake stuff.
What are other power systems?
I can't believe you forgot all the power systems.
I forgot all of them.
So must be cover JoJo. You forgot about that.
Oh, Stan. Sorry,
there's two different ones. There's three.
Payman. There's Payman from Hereditary.
Sure.
That's a power system, right?
I don't know. I never watched it.
It's fine. It's not great. All right, but
I heard it's not as good as
Midsommar. Way better.
Okay.
This has been Jim's review of Ari Aster films.
Jim watches it, you don't have to.
Out of all the Ari Aster films, Midsommar, the best one.
Okay.
Make another one, Ari Aster. I like your movies.
Okay.
What if he was a secret listener of our...
Probably not, because no people listen to this and get angry at us. For the most part.
Ari Aster, if you're listening, please put me as an extra in Midsommar too. I'd love to be one of those random, crazy Swedish people in the background.
Don't do it. Don't give Jim that satisfaction.
He was like about to type an email, and then when he said "don't," he like hit the button.
It's the first time someone said it. Like, Sam's right. So, but I enjoyed that fight.
Yeah, I mean that's really all I have to say. Like,
then we get teased with Maki versus
Miwa-chan.
So that's just, and it means you're like, man, I wish we didn't record other episodes so we actually could see like the two best girls fight each other.
Yeah, it's a shame that we were cursed with this curse of having this burden of having to record a 20-minute podcast after every episode.
Yeah. Oh, we didn't talk about even like the power scaling like thing they popped up about like where everybody's power levels are at, and the only one they don't have scalings for are Mekamora, the blind guy, and her.
Oh fuck, the blind guy's name. I don't know.
It's same with the N.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like Nishimoto or something. It's Nisha something.
I don't have something in Japanese.
I don't have the name for that. He hasn't had his backstory. Narutoshi. Yeah, once we get his backstory up and like he's not a Mekamora, since Danganronpa really helps with that.
Yeah, that was the first thought that I had when I read it. I was like, yes. The second that I can make a connection to a name, it's like I will never forget this name.
Danganronpa, like we know for Junpei because it's Persona 3.
From Persona 3, exactly. I'll never forget that name. It's a shame that character won't come back.
No, it's a shame he went so quick as he came in. So yeah. And Mojito, thank you for the drink.
Thank you for the drink. Thank you for the drink.
And then yeah, I'm excited for this next fight. I'm glad. I did have basically had the retired thing came up too. So like, okay, we know they're out, so they can go either both ways. Like I think we will see people on the other side too go out.
Yeah. All right. There's actually one last thing I wanted to mention. So there's kind of this really weird disconnect that I feel in this arc where. And it's mostly just from the end scenes, like the end credit bits, and like some of the flashbacks.
Like the gags, or like.
So we see not only do we see the funny gag end credit scene, but we also do just see scenes of Mechamaru, like flashbacks of Mechamaru's remembering him dealing with his team members, and like
And the gag was also him dealing with his team members?
The gag is a gag. Like, we know what the gags are for. Like, they're mostly just for a joke. But the gag is
the same thing we saw in the episode, though.
Yeah, and it's like...
The one thing I did like was him like thinking about, oh, this is me, like, getting in my human mode, getting out of the tub, and, like, actually being with the friends for the first time in person, where they don't think I'm a robot. I don't think they know that he's, like, controlling from a distance, it feels like. They all call him Mechamara and not his real name.
The fact that he, like, told Panda.
Yeah.
I feel like...
Yeah, well, Panda knew what he was, could tell what he was.
Well, Panda just knew that he wasn't a...
Yeah.
He wasn't a cursed corpse.
Yeah.
I feel like the fact that he told Panda so readily, they must know. His teammates must fucking know.
Just like because they know Panda deducted everything. Like, they knew about Toto. Like, oh, Panda probably figured everything out.
Yeah, but so the going back to it, like, I know that these characters are supposed to be the bad guys of this arc, but like the fact that we're getting so much character, and to me, like, these characters will not be bad for very long. Like, within like the next episode.
Because I'm going to say something in Naruto, the tuning exams. There's a set of 3 characters that are kind of like, they're kind of similar, where they're the same kind of year as our main characters.
It's Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura.
No, yeah,
Sasuke and
the 3 ninjas from the Sand Village: Gaara, Kankuro, and Tamari. They're from the other village. They're kind of like antagonistic. They kind of like brutally beat up a bunch of people. And then once the arc is done, they kind of come back as good guys. They actually come in like during a fucking awesome fight and just save the day. It's awesome. It's one of the coolest moments. And like, it just reminded me of that, where like they're gonna come back. I think they'll come back in a system like where they started out antagonistic, like trying to kill him. Where like certain ones will, I think Mechamaru especially coming back and helping Panda would be really cool. And like whatever ones we see the connection between the other ones.
Yeah, to me it just seems like
anyone like the blind dude seems the most sketchy out of them all.
But we also do see him like teaming up with I almost called him Aki. Megumi in the OP.
Oh, you put that paint on me, Jim.
We see him teaming up with Megumi in the OP to fight the
nature guy.
The nature guy, yeah. So I'm guessing like within like literally 2 episodes.
And we had the flashback in the OP also, like him and like a sister or something.
Oh, true.
Like a kid.
True. But I think within like the next episode or 2, we're gonna have Jogo, the forest man. We're gonna have like the real bad guys attack.
Even Toto is not like a bad guy towards his fight with He found a new best friend in his fight.
It's true, but he still is trying to kill him.
Yeah, he's trying to get a fight out of him. And
so yeah, I think that like
the only one that's like been antagonistic the entire time is Mai. Like, she wants to just it's like the Fubaki one man Fubaki and Tatsumaki.
Tatsumaki.
Yeah, like how like they're kind of antagonistic, but like as you read on, it's a lot closer than that. Like, it's not just like a mean relationship.
It's more of like there's like an imbalance of like power, so the one feels inadequate.
Yes, where like it could be like that too, but they're both like weird, like with the power system in this. So
yeah, both kind of like mirrored.
But Mai never show like any kind of like care for her sister, because she wants to like beat up her sister or go after her sister every time.
Yeah.
And like even Momo didn't seem that nice at all, because she was also seemed to be a really good friend with Mai, to be mean as possible.
It seemed like we were getting kind of like a classic like mean girl bitch from her,
because we got Nobara versus Momo seems, and she was kind of a bitch, like, oh, I'm gonna put this bitch in her place kind of personality.
What's her name from Danganronpa 2, the dancer?
Oh, fuck her. I regressed it from my head. I hate her. I refuse to remember her name.
It's like Himiko. No, Himiko's 3.
Fuck her.
Whatever. You know what? Okay, so yeah, her whole gimmick is that she's like a young bitch girl.
If any character deserves the C word, it's her.
Her whole character is that she's like a naughty bastard, and I feel like they're gonna
do dastard, as you would call.
Yeah, a dastard. I feel like they're gonna do the same thing with Momo here, where they're gonna make Momo like, she looks very kawaii Disney on the outside, but actually she's a yandere. Yeah, because
Navarro is very like aggressive towards her, like very like a being like taunting her essentially heavily. Like, I'm gonna put her in her place. And I hope, and finally, she's gonna be able to do something the first time in like forever.
True. This also just made me think. I want to get a shirt that says "Kawaii on the streets, yandere in the sheets," and I'm gonna make you wear it.
I will not. I will burn that and throw it out.
Before
I will use it to throw it over your garden right outside this window.
It is right outside this window. Before I cancel Jokakaka forever,
I will make it the new scarecrow. That'll scare away all the crows for your plants.
Good. But I love crows though. I want a home for crows in my garden. But before I cancel Jokakaka forever and we our friendship dissolves, I will I will create a shirt for this show that is a blank in the sheets, blank in the streets meme.
Whenever day we have merch, when we have enough viewers that she like thinks at least one person will buy one, so we don't have like a fucking basement full of shirts.
Hilarious.
God.
One day, Sam. One day.
It'd be like, I have a theory shirt, or like.
Yeah, what would... Okay, that's question of the week. What would the fucking Jokakaka
we should probably say that for a
be?
Jokakaka shirt, or just be like, Mojito would be the shirt of just be like Mojito.
It would be my thumbnails that I make for these.
Would be Mojito drinking a mojito.
I would like that.
That'd be a great shirt.
I feel like the shirts would just be the thumbnails that I make for this, like evil man and like damaged.
No,
and here's my real question.
Your thumbnails are too powerful to be kept alive, Jim.
Dear viewer, please, what's your favorite one of my thumbnails that I've released so far?
You're gonna humor him.
Wait, which one was? Didn't I say there was gonna be one this episode? Or no, that was last. That was the funny face that he makes.
The Jennifer Lawrence one, Helen Keller and Sebastian Stan together in one thumbnail.
I don't think I'll be able to do that one.
Coward.
Too much editing.
You can call Jim a coward instead.
Sam, all I do is I grab an image off YouTube and or Google, and then I liquefy it until make it funnier.
Sure.
All right. Let's end this. Anything else? Oh, actually, I have one last thing I'm going to say.
Okay.
This episode, we get the reveal of something called the Heavenly Pact, Heavenly Contract.
Okay. Yes.
So this is the thing where Mechamaru's user, whatever, was born with a Jujutsu imbalance. I know, yeah, but I just wanted to say like the words Heavenly Pact.
Yeah. Where it seems like, okay, this is just a curse you have, like a pact you have at birth. We don't really have. I wonder if it's gonna be something you don't have control over, or it's something your parents make to like, or something like that, where they make a pact with someone. Like, oh yeah, you're you will. It's like a Dororo thing where like the parent curses the child with a deal.
To me, the idea of it being called a Heavenly Pact makes it seem like it's divorced from any human interaction.
I can see like more another flashback with him, like his parents abandoned him, like a Dororo thing where like he just abandoned, and then like he gets found by like someone from like the school or something, and they kind of raise him. They kind of mirror like Panda and his father kind of thing, like, even more. But I hope we get a nice chapter of them hanging out.
That would be neat. But
I like character interactions.
Especially
ones you don't see with like just the main characters trio.
That's what I like the most, because I said I didn't really care about the fight in this one. Unlike the last, like, the Todo fight, I was like, damn, the animation's so good. This one, it was like, okay, it's just like a Geno, like, it feels like a bad Genos fight. I did like seeing his hype
Genos fights aren't the best fights in One Punch Man, so...
Some of them are pretty hype.
They're hype, but, like, there's still, like, hyper fights than Genos.
This hasn't been animated, and I don't know if it will, but when Genos fights Metal Knight, in the next arc, I guess, or whatever. I doubt the anime.
The Monster Association arc?
Yeah. Genos fights Metal Knight. It's like a 3-page fight, but it's so fucking hype. Like, just the panels with Genos in it are always beautiful.
We got some fucking crazy chapter came out today of this recording, and it's fucking, like, very cool. Like, seeing, like, it's like Fang doing shit is awesome.
Damn, I'm so behind One Punch Man. I need to read
there's some crazy shit, man, happening that everybody's doing something. It's awesome. So
you love it. You love to see it.
Murata's a madman. Murata is a absolute madman.
I really don't know what happens with One Punch Man after the Monster Association arc, but
we're still going.
It should end.
We're still going in the manga, so who knows how long that lasts. And I've been taking liberties of.
And I know the webcomic is like way past this. So.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know where they could go. I feel like this is, like, kind of a natural end, because everyone's getting, like, their big epic fights.
Yeah, all the S-classes, or most of the S-classes have been fighting so far, so...
Because, like, what do you even do for a One Punch Man finale? I guess we shouldn't talk about this on this podcast.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll get there. And then, anything else, or should we wrap it up?
That was it. I really just wanted to make sure we said the words Heavenly Pact so that we didn't get 20 comments about it.
I'm not gonna spoil about the future
characters. No, wait, I'm gonna delete this so that we do get 20 comments. Drive up that engagement.
No, because then they'll spoil about what the Heavenly Pact is.
Someone already did spoil Heavenly Pact for me, like, weeks and weeks ago.
They did that? Fuck.
Because I just read the words, like, Heavenly Pact, like, ugh.
Keep your spoilers away, people.
Please don't spoil me. I'm a precious babby boy. Or if you're gonna spoil something, say Jim, do not read, and then put.
They really gotta add spoiler tags to YouTube comments.
I'm so mad that Twitter and YouTube don't have spoiler comments. Those are like two places that spoiler comments need to exist.
Half the fucking Twitter, like popular tags or popular trends are spoilers themselves.
Well, fucking yeah.
And you can't control like click on here. I'll click on this. What's trending tag to see what's going on, but it just automatically shows up in your feed.
What you need to do, here's a little tip: change your YouTube trend, or no, what is YouTube? Change your Twitter location to like like the
Tasmania,
like South Korea or something. So then all of the recommended like trends will all be in Korean and you can't read them.
It changes to Ghana so I can see all the news on Captain Alex, who killed Captain Alex. And what's their big equivalent of Bollywood?
Wakaliwood.
Okay.
Is it Ghana?
I'm pretty sure it's Ghana. I'm pretty sure that who killed Captain Alex.
I forget.
It's Ghana.
I think you're right. I don't know African geography. It's not geography. I don't know African like country map very well.
2010 film with Captain Alex. Uganda.
Okay, I was gonna say I didn't think it was Ghana.
It was a G. I was thinking of the G.
Uganda.
Directed by Nabwana IGG. Budget
truly a legend.
$200 United States dollars.
Honestly, they made it. They stretched those 200 out.
They did. It's a great movie. So yeah, anything else? Can I wrap it up? Can I plug it up?
Plug me up, baby.
All right. Thank you all for listening. Please like, comment, subscribe, tell a friend. All those things are help for this. How's that White Claw, Jim?
I was just gonna say, like,
Jim is looking passionately at that White Claw.
We're really we're entering White Claw summer.
Jim is getting White Claw, white girl wasted, as we call it.
We're really entering White Claw summer, and I'm very excited to just pound White Claws with the boys.
Sure.
Maskless. Naked also.
Sweating
in the middle of the desert.
Speaking of sweating, you can follow the podcast, or me and Jim separately, on Twitter.
Speaking of sweating.
Yeah, because it's spoilers. You have sweater bound spoilers on Twitter.
Okay, yeah. God damn it, spoilers.
You can also join the Discord, and I think that's every single plug, unless you have anything else.
Follow me at King Protus at youtube.twitter.com.
At Victor Jolie and me on Twitter. That's
on Jokakaka podcast.
I probably haven't made like a fucking Jujutsu Kaisen thing on there yet.
You know, I don't care enough about Jujutsu Kaisen to shitpost about it.
That's true.
I just edit and fucking record.
Jim just wants to post the videos on there so people can view his thumbnail work.
I'm gonna do really quick math. So we've done 15 episodes of this. 20 minutes each.
Roughly.
How many minutes is that? A lot.
A lot?
Just saying, we've recorded hours and hours of fucking Jujutsu Kaisen content
and
for some reason.
Yeah. Because we're starting to enjoy it more.
Because it's our curse. It's our curse.
It's our Jujutsu curse.
All right. Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Okay, that's rough.
Thank you next.